Howdy folks, do you have a riding lawnmower that throws the deck belt off all the time, almost every time you start it up? Well, this one did, and I'm going to show you a real quick and easy fix that didn't cost a cent to stop that from happening. Let's go. Alright guys, so what I have here is a Cub Cadet 1050. This is my personal lawnmower that I use for my own lawn. And I've had it, this will be my second season with it. Excuse me, I bought it last spring and I was in a hurry. I had no lawnmower. There was almost none to be had anywhere. And I picked this up. I paid too much for it, of course, but anyway. So, Cub Cadet 1050. It's got the 50-inch cut. And every time I turned on the PTO, it's got electric PTO, you pull that out and electric clutch turns it on, it would throw the belt off. And there was no reason for it whatsoever. I checked, all my pulleys were free, they turned, none of them were wobbling, they were tight. I could see no reason for this to happen. The belt was in decent shape. I couldn't figure it out. Alright guys, so here's what was happening to me. And this was my routine of cutting. So I would fire up the machine, drive out to the lawn, set my cut height down low, that's where I cut down, right down the bottom, and then fire on the PTO. And almost every single time the belt would fly off. And it made no sense. I couldn't understand why. Everything looked cool. The pulleys looked good, everything, it was tight, the pulleys were all free. And I thought, well, why would that happen? Now if you look at this, you look at the transition in height between the drive there, where the clutch is, and it might be hard for you to tell, but this pulley here is on a bit of an angle to help transition it from that height to this height. Okay, now I started to wonder if that was part of the problem. I thought, well, maybe if it's spinning, you know, you've got the clutch engaged and the belt is spinning, it will transition easier that way. So I tried that. I thought, well, okay, I have it in this position here, in the up position when it's put away. So now I drive out to the lawn, I fire the PTO on first, and then I slowly drop down to my cut height, and it seemed to work better. I feel like as that is spinning, it gradually transitions the belt from that height to that height. I think it's a bit too steep for it to do it when you're not running it. I hope this is making sense. It's sort of hard to wrap your head around it without you being here and actually seeing it, but trust me when I say, when I started to do it that way, it stopped falling off. It hasn't fallen off on me since I started doing that, and that's over a year ago now. So now I'm in the cut position, I'm cutting, I'm finished. So now what I'll do is, it's still engaged, still spinning the belt. I slowly raise it up to the stow position, and then I shut off the PTO. So wherever you stop that belt is where you want to start it. So if you much prefer to leave it in the down position all the time, or the whatever the cut position that you've selected is, if you want to just leave it there all the time, that's fine. Wherever you've shut it off is where you need to turn it on. You don't want to shut it off down here, then lift it up and try and engage the PTO, because it will fly off. You're not giving that belt time to transition. Now you can also do it by hand, which I've done. I did that in the beginning. I just kind of gave it a few rotations, because I felt like maybe the belt was sticking in one of these, one of these pulleys. It was sticking real hard, and when it fired up, it would grab, and that's what made it throw off. But I don't think it was that. I think it's the transition height that's the issue. See right there in the up position, it's fairly level. So if you start with it like that, get it spinning, and then lower it down, it can change heights gradually on its own, and that seems to work. All right, folks, so keep in mind there are many reasons why your belt can fly off. This is only just one. However, if you have good pulleys, good bearings, and a good belt, and there's no reason why it keeps flying off, give that a try. The order in which you do things can make a difference. And hopefully this will save you some time and money. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.